Emily lived a normal life. She had a good job. She had a loving family. But something always lingered in the back of her mind. It was the memory of the Whispering Woods. The woods held a strange power. She had felt it as a child. Emily remembered the stories. Legends whispered of a witch who lived in the woods. People said the woods were haunted. As a child, Emily believed those stories. She had even seen the witch once. It was a fleeting glimpse, yet the image stayed with her. Years had passed. The memory of the witch faded, but the woods still called to Emily. She couldn't explain it. The whispers of the past seemed to beckon her back. One day, Emily decided to face her childhood fears. She would return to the Whispering Woods. Before her visit, Emily searched her attic. She was looking for something, anything. She wanted to remember more about the woods. Hidden in a corner was an old trunk. It belonged to her grandmother. Emily opened the trunk. Inside she found old books, clothes, and a leather-bound journal. The journal was beautiful. Its pages were yellowed with time. The ink was faded. Emily opened the journal. The first page had a name written in elegant script, Eleanor. Emily felt a chill. She had heard that name before. It was the name of the witch who haunted the woods. Emily couldn't resist reading Eleanor's journal. The words drew her in. The journal told a different story. Eleanor was not a witch. She was a healer. She lived in harmony with the forest. The villagers relied on her. They came to her for help, but fear can turn people cruel. The villagers started to fear Eleanor's power. They accused her of witchcraft. They chased her into the woods. They left her there to die. Eleanor's heart broke. She poured her sorrow and anger into the forest. That's how the Whispering Woods were born. Reading Eleanor's journal changed everything. Emily felt drawn back to the woods. She had to do something. Eleanor's story wasn't evil, it was tragic. Emily felt a connection to Eleanor. She understood her pain. She knew she had to help. The Whispering Woods were closer now. Emily could feel their presence. They didn't feel as scary, not anymore. They felt sad. They felt angry. They felt trapped. Emily knew what she had to do. She would free Eleanor's spirit. Section 5. A Changed Forest. Emily stood at the edge of the woods. The trees seemed to part for her. She stepped inside. The air was still and quiet. The whispers were gone. Emily walked deeper into the woods. She felt a presence guiding her. The forest looked different. It was still dark and dense, but there was a sense of peace. The anger was gone. The sadness remained. But it was a gentle sadness, a sadness that yearned for release. Section 6. Facing her fears. Emily continued walking. She wasn't afraid, not anymore. She understood the forest's pain. She knew she could help. She had to. Finally, she reached a clearing. In the center stood an ancient oak. Its branches reached towards the sky like gnarled fingers. The air grew heavy. Emily felt a presence. She knew Eleanor's spirit was close. Emily took a deep breath. "Eleanor," she whispered, "I know you're here. I read your journal. I know what they did to you." A cold wind swept through the clearing. The leaves rustled. Then a voice echoed through the trees. It was soft. It was filled with sorrow. "You believe me?" the voice asked. Emily didn't hesitate. "Yes," she said, "I believe you." The wind died down. "Thank you," the voice whispered. "For so long I've been trapped here, bound to this forest by their fear and my own anger. But you're different. You heard my story. You felt my pain. Will you help me?" Emily felt a surge of empathy. "What do I need to do?" she asked. The voice explained the ritual. It was simple. Emily had to speak Eleanor's truth. She had to tell the forest that Eleanor was not a witch. She was a healer. Emily stood before the ancient oak. She closed her eyes. She pictured Eleanor, not a witch, but a woman. A woman who loved the forest, a woman who was betrayed. "This forest does not hold a witch," Emily said. "It holds a healer. Eleanor was a good woman. She deserved kindness, not fear." As Emily spoke, she felt a shift in the air. The forest felt lighter, brighter. The sadness was lifting. The ancient oak trembled. A warm light emanated from its trunk. It swirled and danced. It formed the shape of a woman. Eleanor smiled at Emily. "Thank you," she whispered. "You have freed us both." Then she faded away. The light remained. It spread throughout the forest. The trees seemed to sigh in relief. The Whispering Woods were silent no more. Emily stood in the transformed forest. Sunlight streamed through the leaves, birds sang, the air was fresh and clean. The whispering woods were finally at peace. Emily took a deep breath. She felt a sense of accomplishment. She had helped Eleanor find peace. She had freed the forest from its curse, but most importantly, she had faced her own fears. The whispering woods held no more power over her. They were a place of peace now, a place of healing, a place where Emily could always return, a place where her grandmother's story would live on.